Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the backyard. Another episode of Backyard Cooking with Rog-E. This opening is brought to you by my brother, who made this sign here for me. Hey, Paula, Darla, Lori, Mike Henson, thank you for joining us. My brother made this sign for me, and he's bringing us the opening part of this with our red, white, and blue welcome. We just sat around the house today and we decided that we, at first it was raining here in Jackson, Tennessee, and we wanted to kind of do something different today. So we decided to see what we could come up with that we have around the house here, and just try to cook something today. Again, this is Backyard Cooking with Rog-E, and welcome to our backyard. We were hoping to be broadcasting to you from the new wooden spoon that we are in the process of having built. But with all the rain we've had the last couple of days and a couple of unforeseen issues that we had to face, we got delayed a little bit, but coming soon. We will be broadcasting our future shows, hopefully, if there is future shows, from the conference of the wooden spoon. So I had sent out a bingo board a little bit earlier on one of my posts, in case you want to follow along. Today we're going to do a little non-traditional cooking on a dish that a lot of people cook quite frequently. And we're doing our twist on a veggie stir fry using the Blackstone griddle, a veggie stir fry with sausage. And again, it's a non-traditional part. I know there's many others that do a traditional stir fry with chicken and steak and tofu and shrimp. But today we're using some different veggies, some that we had around the house that didn't really have to run out and go buy a whole bunch of veggies. We had several here at the house that we're going to use in this demonstration. And then we decided to use Johnsonville brats and some andouille sausage as our protein. For most part, the recommendation is that you have about a pound of protein to 2 pounds of veggies in a stir fry, and then you determine the number of people that's going to be served, and just add to that. But we've got a whole slew of veggies that we're cooking up here. We got some cabbage and onions and bell peppers, and we've even got some sweet potatoes. We got all kinds of stuff, and then our sausages, and then we're going to make a secret sauce. It's called a stadium sauce to go with it. And because most, when you talk about bratwurst and different ones, different things, a lot of people use beer and cook the bratwurst in beer. But I'm using a sauce that I'm making today for the first time. So we'll see how that goes. And we're going to plate this up a little bit non-traditional. So we're going to get started today. I do appreciate everyone for joining us. Hopefully this will turn out the way we want to, because we've really never cooked this recipe before. So we'll see how that goes. Here's my bratwurst and my andouille sausage that I've got chopped up. They're all about an inch each. So we're going to put those on first and let them get to cooking on the Blackstone griddle. I'm sure you can probably hear that. We will also be using some coconut oil in our mix, and a lot of times I use the EVOO that I've talked to you about many times. But today we're going to use a coconut oil and a little bit of EVOO, just kind of give it a little bit of something that's a little bit different. So we put a couple tablespoons of our coconut oil there. We got our bratwurst and our andouille sausage. Hopefully, I don't know how to adjust this. There we go. We're going to slide that down just a little bit so that you can maybe see that. My camera angle is not the best in the world, but there you go. We're going to brown this up, get it good and crispy, and then we're going to drag it off to the side. I was actually planning on trying to do this recipe in a wok, but I really couldn't get everything together that I needed to for the wok. And you know, with the way the wok is built, you can slide things up on the side and keep it warm. So I've got this far side of my griddle turned down to the very lowest that it possibly will go. And so once I get the brownness on the bratwurst, you can already see that starting to brown up real nice there. Hopefully you can see that. Just kind of keep stirring it. And again, on any of these surfaces, you can, this particular surface, you can use the metal spatulas and stuff, but I like to use a wooden spatula or wooden spoon. Therefore, the name of what we're going to call our outdoor cooking area, the wooden spoon, because we plan on doing a lot of, or some of the cowboy cooking in the Dutch oven, and just every time we get a chance to do that, to use our wooden spoon, and just give that a name. Again, my brother made my sign for me to start with, the welcome sign. Hey, Becca, how you doing? The welcome sign. He's making handmade arts and crafts projects, and he also made me I guess a housewoman gift, if you want to call it that, for our outdoor cooking area that we're going to have here shortly. It's a placard it's got the wooden spoon on it, and he's made it in rope, and so it looks really nice. And we'll have that hanging up next time we're able to get out there. I'm going to try my best not to show any pictures of the progress that we have already. I'm excited about where we're at with our project. And again, my guy that's doing this for me, they're doing a great job. And they just got a little sidetracked with the weather the last couple of days. So we're going to get back on it next week. Hopefully have the first phase of it completed real soon. As with anything, it's pretty much an ongoing project with some things and designs that we've got planned for this. So, but we're looking forward to that. Hope everyone is having a great day today. Everybody staying safe and staying focused on what you got to do. We got this, I think it was this past week or week before last now. Got a great praise report on my buddy Terry. He walked away from the hospital and the rehab center to where he had been battling the COVID. That's just a great answer to prayer. I know Terry was on many people's prayer list, and he's a buddy of mine from high school. We were just so happy that he was able to walk away from that, and thankful that his family was there for him all the way through, his wife and sister and son, and just everybody that was there for him. It was a great report, and glad that Terry's home now, and I'm sure he still has a ways to go on his strength and getting everything back, but I'm sure he's not going to give up, and we're going to keep him on our thoughts and prayers, and know that someday soon he'll be back to full strength, and we're looking forward to that. He lives in Kentucky area, so we're very happy that's turned out great for them, and if you will, just keep them in your thoughts and prayer. They're originally from Dyersburg. That's where we went to high school together, and got lots of friends still in that area. But this right here, the sausages are browning up real good. I'm gonna start actually moving them to the other end of the grill so that they can stay warm and not get overcooked while I start everything else. That's probably not going to work, so I'm going to leave it out. So I'm just going to move this over to the other end and then be able to start the veggies with what we got going on here. Hopefully we can get this prepared the way we want it to, and it'll come out to be good. Again, this is the first time that we've actually used this particular recipe, but we made some chicken stir fry the other day or a couple weeks ago, and it turned out pretty good, so maybe this will as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, I brought a cooler outside to keep my stuff in that I need to get so that I can stay pretty close before I need to be. I've got diced up some cauliflower, and they're about 1-inch pieces of cauliflower. I had already seasoned them with strawberries, barbecue seasoning. So I'm going to put them on over here. It may take them just a little bit longer to cook up. We don't want them to burn or anything, but we want to brown them and get them good and tender. And then we also have some sweet potatoes here. And again, I've got a little bit of coconut oil there. We're going to put that in there and let them go because they're probably going to take a little bit of time as well. And get all that put together and let them start marinating, start cooking, and just kind of spread everything out just a little bit so that it's all even. Traditionally, I don't know if sweet potatoes go in stir fry, but this is one of the vegetables that we had. And I actually looked up on, I Googled it just to see if there was such thing, and there is recipes with sweet potato and tomato. And so when you're making your stir fry, again, you don't have to make it outside. You don't have to do it in the Dutch oven. You don't have to do it on a wok. You can make it any way you want to. You add your vegetables the way you want to, and I'm sure it will be good. But we've got a ton of vegetables that we're going to add to this today. Hey, Brittany, I hope y'all had a safe ride today, you and Opie and rest of the gang. Thanks for joining us. Hope, I almost missed you there. I'm sure I may have missed several there. I'm not sure who I was on, but I do appreciate everybody from joining us this afternoon, and we'll try to put this stir fry together, and hopefully it'll be something that we can enjoy together, me and my wife, and maybe inspire somebody to cook some stir fry however they want to cook it. Again, we're just keeping everything kind of turned over, and I'm going to turn the heat up just a little bit so these two can start getting what they need to be done. I'm going to add, back here in the back, I'm going to add some red bell pepper that I've got chopped up as well, so that we can get that, because it's going to take a little bit for it as well. Got a 1 full red bell pepper that I diced up. Going to put that on. It's a sweet red pepper, bell pepper. It's going to give it a little bit of color, but it's going to give it a really good taste in the stir fry that we're putting there together. And these sausages are looking good. The bratwurst and the andouille sausage. Just wanting to try to cook some of that extra fat and everything down so that we can continue to use that into the stir fry. But you can already see the brownness starting to come on the sweet potatoes that we got in there. We've also got some cabbage and onions and a little bit of garlic that we're going to put in there together. Hey Sandy, how you doing? Mike, appreciate everybody joining us. I tried to change the angle so that you can see more of the food instead of seeing more of me. as I talk. But we got it fired up. We got it going pretty good here. Again, we talked about the non-traditional style that we're doing today. If you're following along on your bingo card, I'm not sure how many I've talked about already, but you know, when you fill out your bingo card, if you happen to bingo before I get through, I appreciate you paying attention to what we put out there. You don't really actually win anything other than the thought of you won bingo on Backyard Cooking with Rog-E. There's no monetary value or anything like that, no free trip to Disney World or anything like that. So we just thank you for playing. Thank you for joining us. We got everything mixed up. Like I said, we'll use coconut oil in with this. We already had it seasoned with strawberry barbecue seasoning. We're doing all this on our Blackstone griddle. If you're trying to catch up on some of the words, non-traditional, I know I've said that a couple of times. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, this is going to be really good. I think this is going to be a signature meal as it comes together. It's one of those. Hey, my sister's joined me. I think that was my sister. I couldn't read the name. It went off the screen fast. But anyway, we're putting all this together. We got some cabbage, got some onions, garlic that we're going to add to it here just shortly. And we've pre-made our rice to where that we're going to put that on at the end. Going to warm that back up and give that a little bit of flavor in there with everything that we've got. So hopefully we can get this all together, and then I want to show you while we got a moment here. I actually want to. First of all, I got to take a drink. If you'll give me just a second. Some water there to take a drink. I actually want to prepare the sauce now that we're going to use. I got my fancy sauce maker pot there, and so what we're using here, and I don't know, I forgot to bring the recipe, I'm sure, but I can go off my head here. Got a half a cup of, and I'm using my fancy Kentucky Fried Chicken reusable dishes and everything there for my. So I got a half a cup of ketchup that we're going to put in there first. Get all that out there. All right. And then I've got a half a cup of barbecue sauce. Again, I use Sweet Baby Ray's. You can use whatever flavor barbecue sauce that you like. And but I just happen to like Sweet Baby Ray's. It does a really good job for what I need. And then we got a couple teaspoons of spicy brown mustard that we're going to add to that, to the mix there, just to give it a little bit of kick. All right. And then we combine 2 or 3 things here in this one little dish. I've got a splash of Worcestershire sauce. I got a couple splashes of lemon juice, and just a pinch of cayenne pepper, all mixed there together. And so I've got about my little handy dandy miniature whisk here. Got that at the Dollar Tree for $1. How about that? Yeah, I try to stretch my dollars out there, you know, so $1 is pretty good for a whisk that works for me. These veggies here are looking right. They're getting brown, so we're getting ready here, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to go ahead and use my handy whisk, put this all together, and mix it all up. Now this is what I'm calling a stadium sauce, okay? A lot of stands when you go to, and you know what, baseball is getting ready to start back, and I'm so happy. But when you go to a concession stand at a lot of the places, they have bratwurst and they have a sauce that they use. And this is, I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's the sauce that I'm gonna incorporate everything with when we get to the end of this thing. Hey Walter, how you doing, buddy? Walter Wilkerson there, my high school buddy. Hadn't seen in a long time, but we got the sauce ready to go. So we are about ready, ladies and gentlemen. This right here, the cauliflower, the sweet potatoes, and the bell peppers have really cooked nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and add the cabbage and onions and garlic and give that a little love on the Blackstone griddle. We probably had more cabbage than we had anything else, and that's why we got a lot of veggies today, but it is what it is. So we're going to give that a stir here, and we got everything over here just kind of simmering real low. My sausages, I got bratwurst and andouille sausages over here, and those are getting right. It's lettuce, cabbage and onions and garlic with strawberry seasoning. That's going to cook up real nice here, and we're going to be in good shape here shortly. Again, I was wanting to do this in a wok so that, you know, as I prepared some of this stuff, I could put it on the sides of the wok and it would do what it needed to do. But I've got I think this is a 28-inch. Lost me at the cabbage. Oh, sorry about that, Hope. It's what I had here at the house without me having to go somewhere. But, you know, it's a southern thing. When cabbage and sausages and onions and stuff like that, that's a whole separate dish but by itself. But, yeah, again, this is a non-traditional stir fry. And it's really starting to smell really good right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's everything is cooking down and cooking together. See, my niece Becca said that she loves it. And there you are. So again, we made the sauce. I had to wipe my face there for a minute. It's rather warm here. After that rain and then the sun came out here in Jackson, that humidity jumped up there, and Lord, it's pretty warm up under the patio that we got right now. But you know what? When we get that wooden spoon opened up, I'm definitely going to have some fans moving in there and get that air flowing through there. And we're going to have, hopefully, we're going to put some screens so that when that sun is facing us in the face at the end of the day when we come out here to cook. Who did I miss? Somebody said cabbage is good. Paula said cabbage is good. And yes, it is good. And it's good for you. This is probably, to be honest, this is probably as healthy of a recipe that I've cooked recently. And this may not be totally healthy for you. I'm not saying that. Hey, Chris, how you doing, buddy? Chris Nelson. Lisa, thank you for joining us. Again, it's a backyard cooking with Rog-E. We're just trying to do some non-traditional vegetable and sausage stir fry on the Blackstone griddle. Also, I don't know if anybody noticed it or not, Magellan Outdoors has provided this t-shirt that I can get all sweated up in. And, you know, if it does happen to get splattered with grease or goodness, then It was nice while it lasted. And so, you know, I do appreciate Magellan and for being there with me. You know what? As much as I say these people's names, Strawberry Seasoning, Magellan, Blackstone, Johnsonville, Brats, if anybody has any connections out there, I'm not shy. I'll take a donation to the Wooden Spoon Project. You know, that maybe they want to sponsor us. Maybe not. And if they don't, I'll still keep using the product. All right? Magellan Outdoors. Folks, this right here is looking pretty good already, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you can see the color. Let me see if I can angle that down there enough. Look at the color that's in there. The orange sweet potatoes and the red bell peppers and the, oh my. And then here's my sausages over here. I think, maybe. Where am I at? I don't know where I'm at. I can't see upside down. But anyway, I'm going to leave it right there. Maybe you can see what we got going. All right. Somebody said something. All right. So I'm going to scrape this over to the side, turn everything down to the low side. Go ahead and start incorporating the sausages with this, so that it's all having time to mix. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Woo-wee. Man, we're gonna be eating on this for 2 or 3 weeks. That's some stuff right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's a mess. That's a meal, a one pot meal. And the good thing about stir fry, ladies and gentlemen, it's very filling, it's very easy, and it's quick. If you're coming in from work and have to cook a stir fry, or have to cook at night for your family, stir fry is relatively easy. You probably spend more time doing the prep work than you do actual cooking. But I'm trying to show how we do everything here. And so it's taking a little bit longer, but now, folks, it's about to come together. We don't like, but just a little bit more. I had already pre-cooked my rice inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put that on the grill so that can start getting back to temperature. Because this over here, this goodness over here, folks, that's ready to go. We're ready to rock and roll. And that's what I was going to say if I was doing this on the walk that I was planning on doing it on, was we're in the backyard walking and rolling. Okay, I kill myself sometime, walking and rolling. But I can't say that because we didn't have the walk, but we still are having a good time. Looking so good. Thank you, Becca. So that right there is, we almost got a done deal here, ladies and gentlemen. We almost got another product out there on the market. Backyard Cooking with Rog-E. And I know some of you are saying, you know what? You hadn't seasoned it. You hadn't put any sauce on it. Yeah, I know. Again, I'm calling this a non-traditional stir fry. And what I mean by that is I'm not going to put the sauce on it and cook it in it at this point. I'm going to show you how we're going to plate this up. Here in just a second, I'm going to let that rice get a little bit more goodness done. And while I'm waiting on that, who joined me? Hey, Uncle Roger. Hope said, hey, Uncle Roger. Maybe my dad joined me and I didn't see him. All right, so now we got some eggs that we're going to, you know, a stir fry has to have some eggs there. So we're going to crack those open. I'm going to let those cook just a second. Both of those. And I think I can smell what the Rog is cooking. I hope you can, Paula, all the way in Dyersburg, Tennessee. Out there at the big metropolis of Roellen. I believe that's where Paula's coming from. And I hope everybody can smell what the Rog has got cooking. So what we've got is our eggs on here. We've got this side over here really low, so might take just a second. All right, so I'm going to start the scrambling process and get that all, you know, like you was at a traditional restaurant that does stir fry right there in front of you. Hey, Heath, my cousin Heath from, I think, Michigan. I may be wrong, but he is joining us. He actually tried my recipe, I think it was yesterday, on my baked beans that we had had a show on before. And he was telling me how good it was. And he's probably just trying to build my spirits up. Hopefully it turned out good for him. And Becca, I don't know what that is. But anyway, most of the time, those baked beans are, in my opinion, they're good, but they're even better on the second day after a little leftover. So now I've scrambled the eggs, I put that in with the rice, got some of these sausages trying to escape over here. Get over back in there where you're supposed to be. Come on. Trying to keep you separated here for just a little bit, because I want to plate this up in a special way and keep stirring this over here. Ladies and gentlemen, the wooden spoon, even though it's not open, I got enough food right here. Oh yeah, we love them beans. Thank you. I'm glad. I've got enough food here for 4 or 5 others. And we're going to have a live show cooking one of these days when I got people in the audience that get back over there. Don't you do it. Don't you. I did say something about baseball a while ago. I'm so glad baseball's back, or will be back. But you know what? I was really hoping that they would decide to play on July 4th, to open the season back up on July 4th. To me, that would have been an awesome day to, you know, to celebrate our independence, to get baseball back. I mean, there's people out there that love baseball, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure love baked beans. And then there's people that probably don't care a thing about baseball. I'm sorry that they're only playing 60 games, but you know, we're going to take what we can get this year. I think I failed to mention so far are again all of our cooking shows that we've done this far, and I think this is my 4th show that we have done. We want to continuously thank our frontline people, our doctors and the nurses and our truck drivers and restaurant workers. Folks, it's, you know, I mean, everybody that's involved in this coronavirus is acting ugly again, is creating more issues. You know, we got to keep trying to move forward, keep staying positive. You know, there's people that still losing their jobs and stuff because it's coronavirus and having to wear masks and different things. And we're just thankful that there's those people out there on the front line. And I want to always, as much as I'm cooking it and do whatever, to try to remember them. We're very thankful. And hey, Roy joined me. Roy, thank you for joining us. We're doing a non-traditional veggie stir fry tonight. We're using bratwurst and andouille sausage. We about got everything finished. I'm going to take me a swig of this H2O here, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to plate this up, because I think everything is about ready. Again, I thank everybody for watching all the videos, and we really enjoy doing this. Sorry, I had to have a bite. We enjoy doing this as often as we can. We got our, ooh, that was andouille sausage. Yes, sir, baby. That's righteous. That almost make you want to do the boogaloo again, but I'm not going to do that. I don't want to be boring. But I am going to start plating this up and show you how I want to do it. Again, I hadn't added my sauce. When you do your traditional stir fry, a lot of people do their soy sauce and everything there. So, but I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to just grab me a little bit of rice here, like that. Just layer it out there, and then this stadium sauce that I made. No problem, Roy. I appreciate you being here. The stadium sauce that I made, I'm just going to kind of slather a little bit of that on top of the rice, and I'll show you here just in a second what that's going to look like, just to kind of give it a little All right. So here we go. I'm going to set that to the side. Here's what I did, just this a little bit to just give it a, flavor down there at the bottom. And then we're going to reach over here, and we're going to get a scoop full of the mixed veggies. Okay. Make sure we got the andouille and the bratwurst in there. Look at there, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that color. Red bell peppers, the sweet potatoes, the cauliflower, the brownness of the sausages. And then to top it off, did I say half a cup? I think I said half a cup. I think I said lemon juice, EVOO, ketchup, cabbage, coconut oil, bell peppers, Rog-E, Johnsonville brats, Magellan Outdoors, cauliflower, Worcestershire sauce. If you're keeping up on the bingo, we should be right there, ladies and gentlemen, because look here. I'm just going to swizzle a little bit on here on the top. Swizzle a little bit here and there. Ooh-wee. Somebody is going to pay for this, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show you. And then I present you. Oh, come on. We want to see the boogaloo again. Well, I don't have the music keyed up for the boogaloo, but look at that, ladies and gentlemen. I present to you a non-traditional veggie stir fry with sausages. That's how I played it up. Now you can do it any way you want to. You can add your sauce to it. You can add your soy sauce. You can do whatever you like. When you cook, you do what you need to do. This is the first time that I've tried this recipe. Here's a piece of bratwurst. Oh man. Oh man. Ooh-wee. I am so sorry. I apologize in person to you right now that you don't have a bite of that. Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, that right there, that's probably the best stir fry that I have ever made in my life. It can't be too much because you know what? This is the first time I've made this recipe, so it's got to be the best, right? But I've made some other stir fry, and I'm telling you, I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, ooh-wee, I got to close out this program because I'm ready to go eat. It's hot out here in Jackson. I do appreciate everybody for bearing with me and for encouraging me to do what I enjoy doing. I would take my hat off like I always do, but I haven't had a haircut since this coronavirus has taken effect. So my hair is up in a man bun. No, it's not really in a man bun. I'm just kidding. But it is rather long. So I'm going to leave it like that. And I've got a couple of other ideas. A buddy of mine text messaged me here a couple days ago, wanted me to do because I had, you know, every show I ask you to send in your recipes or whatever that you would like for me to try. And a buddy of mine that I used to work with at Beckart responded to me, and when I do that show, I will tell you what he said in the text message. It was pretty encouraging. So he's given me an idea, and it's just a matter of me being able to get everything together to do it. Hopefully, Opie and Mike, hopefully we can be able to cook this next show from the comforts of the wooden spoon. But again, we thank everybody, the men and women that has served and continue to serve and allow us to support the good old USA, the red, white, and blue. I know we're all going through a lot of changes in our life right now, but you know what? Change never leaves us in the same place. Change moves us. And so we keep moving forward, keep being positive, and we'll get out of this water. We'll get out of this water together. I keep saying every time that we're not in the same boat. Everybody's situation may be a little bit different than ours, but we're in the same waters, ladies and gentlemen. And, you know, now's the time we need to really take things seriously, do a lot of praying, and make sure that we've got everything right with what we need to do, and continue to be positive in everything that we do and say. Again, I've had a great time today. I don't really know how long this is gone. Hope I hadn't carried you too long. But the next show, I've got a couple ideas. I'm ready to do my buddy's show whenever I get a chance. And but I got a couple other ones that I'm going to try to do as well. And thank you again, everybody, for your support and watching us. It seems like every time I put a video together, we get so many views, and I know I don't have that many fans to have the number of views that I've been getting. So some of y'all probably watching it 2 or 3 times. I do appreciate it. We try to make it fun. We try to give you some pointers along the way, and hopefully encourage you to try something that maybe you haven't tried. But for now, even though we didn't fire up any coals today, we fired up the Blackstone griddle. So I'm going to say bingo, baby, because I think I covered everything that was on the bingo card. Again, nobody wins anything for bingoing other than the satisfaction of keeping up with what we had to say today. But I thank you. Please continue to watch for updates as we try to present our next show. I do thank everybody for being here. And again, let's just keep the coals hot. And until we meet again, happy trails to you. Until we meet again. See you later, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good day.